Orlando, Florida, where we are set to round out day number 2 of the KSA Events Classic. And it's a boys basketball semifinal round matchup between the Homewood Patriots out of Alabama and the Upperman Bees out of Baxter, Tennessee. I'm Noah McKay on the call here on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network, trying something new this time. We're live on our Facebook page, YouTube channel, and we believe Twitter/X feed. We are here and we are live. I'm looking at it there as well. So pretty cool. You can see us in any of those places on Twitter, on Facebook, or on YouTube, all three at once. And this is a good matchup here in this semifinal matchup. The Patriots enter this game with a 10-4 overall record. Already played 14 games this season. They got a win yesterday. Upperman, they are 6-2 on the campaign. They also got a victory yesterday over a team that was pretty talented. A team that had some good size to them, some good scoring ability, and they were able to win the game despite maybe not playing their best ball game. Let us know in the comment section wherever you're watching, who you are, where you're watching from, and who you're cheering for in this game. We welcome you in. We are presented, as always, by Nick's Restaurant. Nick's Restaurant, family owned and operated in the Upper Cumberland for over 30 years. Not a lot of time for a couch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate pregame show, but we appreciate them for sponsoring Upperman's pregame shows here in this tournament. A little bit quicker moving. But here we go. Upperman going to be the home team on the scoreboard. They'll be in their white jerseys, white shorts, gold numbers on the front and the back with the black letters and black trim. Homewood in the very nice Patriot blue, navy blue shirts, shorts, white numbers and letters outlined in red trim. That New England Patriots color scheme and a similar logo as you see on your screen. Ty Cobb, fresh off his first career double-double a day ago. It was a quiet double-double for Cobb. He didn't have his best game, but it was still a double-double for the freshman sensation point guard. This is a good Homewood Patriots team. A lot of size, a lot of ability. They can shoot the basketball. They'll move it. They will double a lot on the offensive side. So it'll be a tough day for Upperman offensively. The ball handlers will have to take care of it. Chaffin, Huddleston, Torrance, Roberts, and Cobb, the starters for Upperman. Lead official walks the ball in. Bronston Chaffin in the circle. He wins the tip. And Ty Cobb will walk it across the timeline as we get to action here in Orlando. Trip to the championship game on the line tomorrow. Left side, Jack Torrance with a basketball. Torrance working against aggressive defense. He gets it to Bronston Chaffin. Chaffin one dribble to Huddleston. Evan Huddleston's had a really good week of basketball. Maybe his best at the varsity level. Flip pass inside to Chaffin and a charge. Got called for one yesterday, and that time Chaffin makes contact with number 10. That's Caleb Carson, and possession goes back to the Patriots as Upperman shows a full court press. Trying to work it up is Stevens. Stevens surveys the floor, now gets it across into the half court. Carson left wing side. He floats back out as Torrance picks him up. Now they work it around to Stevens. Stevens off the right wing side. Tries to drive in, now kicks back Carson. Carson flip pass across left side to Gary. Gary picked up by Torrance as they work it around to Stevens. Stevens off the wing. Cobb there now defensively. Bounces it over to Gary. Jeremiah Gary looking baseline, out of play. Unable to corral it with Stone, and possession goes back now to the Bees. We got three sets of games coming up later on tonight. I'll tell you about those as we move through the broadcast, but a night and day full of hoops. Here is basketball season in full swing. Evan Huddleston gives off to Bronston Chaffin in a scoreless game. Now Ty Cobb in the mid-range. Skies up, good for two. Ty Cobb with the first basket today. And the freshman gets us started. 2-0 Upperman, 90 seconds in. Now in the front court quickly ahead. Extra pass. In rhythm for three, no good. Boxed out by Chaffin. A good job of Bronston Chaffin. How about a nod to Gracie Butler, the player of the game earlier, as the Lady Bees won. 15 points, 13 rebounds. Double-double for Butler. Great second half. Braden Roberts over left side. Jack Torrance. He'll trigger the open three. Good. Jack Torrance with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3, and Upperman leads 5-0 early on in this one. Now room to operate in the mid-range. They kick out. They want to shoot some threes. You see it there. No good, but an offensive rebound as Gary follows the shot, but then it's stolen away by Evan Huddleston. Huddleston gives away to Torrance. Torrance picks up dribble back to Huddleston. Now Chaffin. Chaffin from the circle as they work it around to Ty Cobb. Knocked out of his hands. It'll stay with the Bees. Ranson Turnbow, he's getting more and more minutes as he's getting reacclimated from football season. The same can be said for Bronston Chaffin, who's in the starting lineup and will stay there, and Clayton Harris, who may be the next one off the bench. These football guys starting to get a little more comfortable out there as Huddleston gives off to Turnbow. course, they had a long run to the state championship game. Now Roberts tipped it and was able to save it in. Now Huddleston. Working off a ball screen by Chaffin. Turnbow drives baseline, now kicks, and that one's intercepted. Trying for the baseline long pass, looking for Roberts, and instead it's stolen by Vinson. How about that? Another Vinson. Wonder if he's related to Jacob. Mid-range fadeaway, no good. Rebound down to Braden Roberts. And now Evan Huddleston. Huddleston with a nice crossover to get some space. Sends over left side, Turnbow. Turnbow open in the mid-range. Good. Branson Turnbow for two. And that prompts a timeout by Homewood, as it's a great start for Upperman. 4:57 to go in the first quarter, and it's 7-0. Good defense, good ball movement. And the Bees right now lead 7-0. We got a long way to go. This Homewood offense will get it rolling here, you would imagine, at some point. But Upperman played pretty decent on defense yesterday. The offense left them some to be desired, as it was kind of like pulling teeth at times. They missed a bunch of layups. Felt like they could have won that game by a much wider margin than they did. And so right now they're making their shots, and they lead 7-0. Again, live on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Twitter feed. I guess it's X now, but I'm going to call it Twitter. Now that shot inside, good. And out of the timeout, Vinson strikes first, and Homewood's on the board at 7-2. Braden Roberts with it left wing side. Roberts gives back to Chaffin. Chaffin over to Turnbow. Turnbow going to drive the lane, now kicks to Chaffin. Bronston Chaffin kicks out Branson Turnbow. Turnbow steps through, finds Ty Cobb. Cobb up and over, and we've got a blocking foul. Yeah, sliding in there, trying to get in the way of Cobb. So that one's going to go on Daniel Vinson. And there is Clayton Harris to the table. Wonder when he would check in. It's now. Cobb going to inbound here, gets it into Chaffin. Chaffin is fouled on the shot attempt. And the 6'4", 200-pound sophomore Bronston Chaffin to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot two. Jerry Klein called for the personal. Chaffin and Cobb, the two youngsters who are the future of this basketball program. And the free throw good for Bronston. 4 different Bees have scored so far already. 2 for 2 for Chaffin. 4:15 to go in the first quarter. Upperman up in front 9-2. Again with a little pressure in the front court, showing a trap look as Carson brings it back around. Carson gives over to Stevens. Now left side, baseline pass. Flip it back across to Vincent. Vincent gives over right side, Stevens. Stevens starts to drive. Now he bounces to the baseline. Back out they go. Jeremiah Gary with it. Gary works it over. Now bouncing in. That one swatted up into the air by Harris. Gary goes up to get it. Now another pass across right side to Carson. Thought about the three. Now backs out. Carson gives off to Vincent. Vincent gives off left side. Gary now bounce pass into the lane. That one poked away again by Harris. Clayton Harris making his presence felt in the interior. Right side, Gary. Gary spins into the lane, throws it up with the left hand. No offensive rebound for Vincent. Vincent in some trouble on a blocking foul called. If it's on Bronston Chaffin, it's his second. This is a big call here, and I believe it's going to be, and that sends Cam Bush to the table, and it is not. I don't know who they called that on, but it wasn't Chaffin. Inbounds pass goes over right side. 3-ball up and good. Jeremiah Gary splashes it in. Baseline pass right to him. He buries the corner three. And it's 9-5 with 3:12 to go in the first. Cobb gives over to Turnbow. Branson Turnbow working against the defender. Ball screen set by Bronston Chaffin. Now Harris. Harris fires a pass that was tipped inside and stolen away. Caleb Carson with the active hands in the passing lane. Homewood has settled in out of the timeout. We figured they would. Good basketball team, 10-4 on the year. Kick out, now they swing out. Left side pass. Stevens, one dribble, now kicks into the corner again. Looking inside again, Clayton Harris says get out of the lane. Poaches that one free. Now here's the trap in the corner, in some trouble. Tip pass, spinning around and finding the open man. Nice job staying calm under pressure. And Jerry Klein puts it in. And you blink and it's 9-7. We got a ball game. 2:25 to go in the quarter. Ty Cobb relatively quiet here in the first quarter. Turnbow gives off to Bush, now Cobb. Cobb activates into the play. Back out into the corner. Little pick and roll play to Chaffin. Backdoor to Bush, who puts it in for two. Nice feed that time from Chaffin to Bush, and Cam Bush, the senior, makes no mistake. Carson back over. Stevens, now left side Gary. Back to Stevens. Stevens skies up, now delivers the pass to Carson. He thinks about it. He'll trigger the three. In and out, no good. Clayton Harris with the box and the rebound. And here comes Cam Bush. Bush fires a pass that's intercepted by Carson. Caleb Carson against Turnbow, and Branson Turnbow swipes it away out of play. Nice recovery there for Turnbow after the turnover. Roberts and Torrance in for Chaffin and Cobb. And two stars out of the game right now. Into the corner it goes. That pass intercepted by Turnbow, but it's won back by Vincent as he wins the race. Now Vincent gives left side. They've got numbers. Into the corner for three. That's up. No good, in and out. Offensive rebound again for Caleb Carson. Now slicing into the lane, in some trouble. No good. Harris there with the rebound after a good defensive play. Flip pass ahead into the front court goes for Branson Turnbow. That one intercepted again. This time it's Klein. Klein goes across the lane, up and under, finger roll good. Latham Binkley puts it in. Both these teams turning it over like it's running out of style, and it's 11-9 with a minute to go in a run-and-gun first quarter. Torrance right through his hands, out of play. An unforced error on that one. Gale watching from McMinnville. Carl, how you doing, brother? Hope you're starting to feel better. Heather's watching, as is Jana and John. Now flip pass across here for Homewood, trying to tie or take the lead. Upperman had a nice lead early, but now this three ball could erase it. It's not. Rebound tipped around, second chance, no. Clayton Harris with a physical rebound. Now Huddleston is off to Roberts. Back to Huddleston. 22 seconds to go. Ty Cobb back in the game. He's got the basketball. Harris sets the screen. Cobb, and I mentioned those double teams as they come. He's able to get it over to Huddleston. Huddleston to Roberts. Braden Roberts 4-3. That's no good, in and out. Long rebound to Cobb. Cobb has it knocked from him. He gets it back. Goes off to Huddleston. Huddleston for three. Good. Evan Huddleston splashes home the triple. 2 seconds left, and that will do it. The Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate three for Evan Huddleston extends the lead for Upperman at the break. It's Upperman 14, Homewood 9. This is Upperman basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Want to be in your new home before Christmas? This new construction open split bedroom plan in the Honeybrook subdivision has 1,560 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and features all appliances including a tankless water heater, natural gas heat, and central air. Best of all, the owner is offering a $10,000 credit at closing, which you can use for closing costs or a 2-1 mortgage rate buy down or a price reduction. For more information, call owner-agent Sonia Brown, realtor at American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 or 931-526-9581. Frontier Chevrolet is under new management with a community focus and a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, including the 2023 Chevy Silverado and Chevy Equinox. Frontier Chevrolet should be your first stop. Call Frontier Chevrolet today at 931-823-1255 or visit them online at kcschevy.com today. Frontier Chevrolet is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Upperman with a lead, 14-9 as we enter the second quarter here in Orlando. Welcome in wherever you're watching. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Carrier Pigeon. We're live, testing some things out here in this tournament. We do that with some of our other games back home. Tell you about what we have coming up later on this evening. On the main page, Wake County travels to Van Buren County. On UCR 2, Cookeville travels to Murfreesboro to take on Oakland. And on UCR 3, Pickett County at East Robertson. And then tomorrow night on the main page, Macon County travels to Livingston to take on the Lady Wildcats and Wildcats. And then next week, We'll have all the action for the Frank's Christmas Shootout in Sparta. Several Upper Cumberland teams are there. Corner 3 here for Huddleston. That's no good. Rebound down, tipped around, and Binkley comes away with it. Now that one's stolen away, but it goes right back. Patriots with it. Kick out into the corner. Some of the depth getting in here for Homewood. Corner 3 up. That's no good. Short, tipped out of play. Yeah, it's going to Homewood. Thought it was last touched by Chaffin. Inbounds play coming here for the Patriots. 7:14 to go. It's 14-9, and we're going to have a sub in at the last second. David Stone gets to the table. He's in for Turner Gray. Inbound, Stone 100 miles an hour. Finds the target. Turnaround shot inside. Good. Stone off the bench, making an impact with the 2. Cobb off the dribble, starts to drive. Little shove, no problem. Skies up, good. Ty Cobb again for 2. Just 4 points early, averaging 21 a game. Here comes Homewood the other way. A little inside-out passing, they kick out. 3 ball on the way, it's online, and it's good. Jeremiah Gary with his second 3 of the half. And it's 16-12 in favor of the Bees. Pardon me, they just corrected it on the scoreboard. 16-14 in favor of Upperman. Now the other way, here they come. That one's swiped by Roberts. Cobb goes back and gets it right in front of us, and now Ty Cobb can turn and burn the other way. Cobb gives off right side. Cobb, right side Huddleston. Evan Huddleston again for 3. Good! Evan Huddleston heating up with another Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate 3. 19-14, our score in favor of the Bees. That's a kick, and possession stays this way as checking back in Caleb Carson. Did everything but score so far in this game. Now he's going to inbound from the baseline. Evan Huddleston with 6 points pacing the way for the Bees. I mentioned he's had a really good week. Starting to come into his own. Coach McClure talking about how he started basketball late. He started playing basketball later than some of his teammates, but he is really emerging for this team. As they go left side, Carson. They bounce it over, baseline, now reverse pass back out. Into the corner it goes. 3 ball on the way, that's no good, but following his shot, the putback good. That's Charlie Sims with a good play for Homewood. That's fundamentals 101. Puts the 3 up, follows the shot, nobody else is there, and it's an easy 2. Ty Cobb on the bench, so it's Turnbow running the point. Gives off to Roberts. Step back jumper for Braden Roberts. Good. That's a big time jumper for Braden Roberts. Extends the lead again. First points for Braden Roberts. Team's second leading scorer. Now slicing through a double team. They're letting them play in all these games. It's very physical. Now kick over right side into the corner. Step back 3 again. That one online and good. Charlie Sims. He's got confidence in the shot. You can tell he splashes home to 3, and it's 21-19. We got a good semifinal game on deck here. Trap arrives. Turnbow gets out of it with a great pass over to Huddleston. Back to Roberts. Now Turnbow again. Mentioned how they like to double the guards. Right side Huddleston. Huddleston working on Carson. Baseline, picks up, now goes out to Bush. Bush. Left corner side for Turnbow. Turnbow to Roberts. Clayton Harris back to the scorer's table for the Bees. He's going to check in at the next stoppage. Now Turnbow drives inside. Finger roll, good. Branson Turnbow with the finish. It's a nice take by the junior guard. Carson gives off to Sims. Now right side pass goes Vincent. Vincent to Carson. Left side drive and kick into the corner. Sims. Now from the other side. That one no good. Turnbow able to box out for the rebound. You can tell Sims will come off the bench and rain him home. Roberts. Huddleston and now Turnbow again. Both these teams rotating 8-9 deep. That drive inside. Pass somehow saved in by Turnbow, and it goes all the way out to Huddleston. Extending the possession. Now Turnbow right side. Into the baseline Bush. He's double teamed, is in trouble, and able to bounce it over to Huddleston. Huddleston goes out to Roberts. 4-3. That's no good. Long rebound. Sims able to run it down. Now he'll run it in transition, slams the brakes, and gets it over to Vincent. Vincent drives the lane, in some trouble. Now they kick out left side. Sims, flip pass over, finds Binkley. Binkley back to Carson. Carson going to drive in against Huddleston, barrels in, and it's a charge. Standing in to take it was Cam Bush. Little delayed call, but Bush was there planted. Here comes Harris and Cobb back in for the Bees. Upperman High School band is tuning in, and cheerleaders. Love it. Glad to hear you're feeling better, Carl. .256 to go in the first half, 23-19 our score. Upperman in front. They led 7-0 early in the game, but we figured Homewood would settle in. They have, and now we got a game. Cobb bodied up defensively, and there's the steal. Tough test for the freshman against this high-pressure defense. Carson gives over left side. Sims able to tip it and keep it in. Roberts reaches in. We mentioned in the girls' game, it's funny that pretty much all the games have been officiated pretty consistently, and they're letting them get away with a lot physically. And then every once in a while, there'll be a weird hand check or a reach called against either team, and it's just interesting because you never know when that's going to come. Now stepping in Stevens. Stevens forced back out. Klein wanted it, now he has it. Gives off to Sims. Now Stevens pops out right side. Now slamming off an off-ball screen to grab it is Jeremiah Gary. Gary gives off to Stevens. Stevens against Harris, loses handle on it, but it goes right to one of his teammates. That's Carson. Back out, long possession here in a game that's been mostly back and forth in transition. Klein. Sims now. Sims as Stevens pops free. Kicks into the corner. Carson. Cobb picks him up. Carson bounces it down to the low block. Stevens and Huddleston going to war, and there's a foul on Huddleston. Huddleston grabbed him. The offensive player shouldered him, and they were going at it, and Evan Huddleston tagged for the personal. Carson going to inbound from the free throw line. Sends it over into the corner. Sims again, open three. That's the second time they've hit that play to an open shooter. And Charlie Sims has come off the bench in the second quarter and rattled off 8 points. And it's a 1-point game, 23-22. Cobb's pass to Huddleston was tipped. He's trapped, gets it over to Cobb. Cobb bumped, no call. Here they come the other way. Carson. Carson contorts his body and puts it in, and Homewood has their first lead. Got away with a foul and made it count on the other end for 2. Cobb working against Carson. Now he's going to create his own separation. What you got to. Look at how physical it is right now, and there's the foul. You're going to have some bruises. You come down to a Florida tournament, I'll tell you that right now. Both ways. That's part of why Bronston Chaffin and Clayton Harris are both in the game. Him, Cam Bush, they're quite okay with getting in there, making some hits. Ty Cobb walks it across the timeline, now activates into the play. 2 ball screens set for him. He picks up, steps through some traffic, kicks over left side to Huddleston. 1-point lead for Homewood. Harris flips it over to Chaffin. He's hit hard, and there's the foul. And Bronston Chaffin to the Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line to shoot 2 as Upperman tries to regain the lead with 48 seconds to go here in the first half. Branson Turnbow is going to check in here momentarily. First one, in and out, no good for Chaffin. And Turnbow's saying sub, sub, sub. Now they let him in. He's coming in for Roberts. Chaffin at the line, trying to tie the game. In and out, no good again. 0 for 2 at the line, opportunity missed. Here comes Carson ahead, trying to stretch the advantage. He slices through, throws up the shot. No, Chaffin with a rebound. Chaffin finds Cobb. Ty Cobb with speed into the front court. Cobb gives over left side, Turnbow. Turnbow into Huddleston. Huddleston drives and kicks to Cobb. Cobb throws up the runner with the right hand, no good. Rebound tipped around, fighting for it. Trying to throw it off of Harris. It goes out of play, and it's going to Homewood. 23 seconds to go in the half. Patriots lead 24-23. Told you, these are two good basketball teams. And they are beating each other up, quite literally. Stevens across the timeline. Stevens works it over left side. Now driving over, and now we got a foul on the floor. That shot will not count as a foul happened on the pass. Again, one of those weird ticky-tack calls in a day where they let them play everywhere. Carson going to inbound here from the baseline. Sends it over the top. Fine gives off to Stevens. Jake Stevens goes left wing side, three ball up. That's no good. The buzzer sounds. And we're to the end of a back and forth first half. After two, it's Homewood 24, Upperman 23. Second half action when we come back. This is Upperman basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Steel Technologies has been part of the Rutherford County community for over 35 years. Their plants in Murfreesboro and Smyrna include over 150 teammates who process coils, metal sheets, and planks for customers across North America. Steel Tech's Smyrna and Murfreesboro plants are expanding, and they need teammates to join their team. With openings including machine and forklift operators, truck drivers, and more, they have the position for you with competitive wages and monthly bonus opportunities. For more information and to apply online, scan the QR code on your screen now. Steel Tech is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Steel Tech. Faith, family,
The Crossroads Auction Group are the Upper Cumberland's auction experts. As a full-service auction company, they take your stress away every step of the way. Servicing the entire Upper Cumberland, the Crossroads Auction Group gets your property ready from cleanup, setup, picture-taking, up to the auction and beyond. They handle all auctions from estates, residential, farms, land, commercial, and everything else. For more information, visit crossroadsauctiongroup.com or call 931-644-7149 today. The Crossroads Auction Group are proud sponsors of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Apologies for the screen going all purple on you. We'll have it fixed momentarily for you. You're not missing any action as we're just about to come back from the break here in Orlando. One moment and we will be back to a normal screen. Oh. Interesting.
Plan in the Honeybrook subdivision has 1,560 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and features all appliances, including a tankless water heater, natural gas heat, and central air. Best of all, the owner is offering a $10,000 credit.
Apologies for the technical difficulties, but we've got action now. It'll be Upperman basketball. It is still 24-23. Nobody has scored in favor of Homewood. Upperman has the ball. Not sure why the screen just decided it didn't want to show in real color anymore, but we've got it corrected. Again, you missed nothing of consequence as a foul will be called here against the Patriots, and it appears maybe they're going to call this one a little bit tighter in the second half. It had gotten a bit out of hand physicality-wise in the first. Nobody scored more than 6 points for Upperman. That was Evan Huddleston, then 4 for Cobb and Turnbow, and a couple for Roberts and Chaffin, 3 for Torrance. That was all the scoring. Cam Bush also had 2. He's with the basketball as we get back to action. Cobb with a crossover. Ty Cobb working on Vincent, now picks up his dribble. The trap arrives, gets it over to Roberts. Roberts pivots around, finds Jack Torrance. Torrance surveys the floor. Able to get it right side to Chaffin. Chaffin gives out to Roberts. Braden Roberts backing down the defender, flips it inside, finds Chaffin. Chaffin to Roberts. Roberts shot fake, now will pull up in the mid-range. That's no good off the back of the rim. Rebound down, grabbed by David Stone, and the Patriots will bring it up. Jeremiah Gary with it. Now they're working around left side to Carson. Carson back off to Gary. Gary sends the pass right side. Binkley now back to him. They work it around into the left baseline. Back out to Vincent. Daniel Vincent, not to be confused with Jacob Vincent, who also is a certified baller. Kicks out. Now left corner side it goes. Back to Gary. Gary. Left side Carson. The boys' side is a true bracket. The girls very different. The girls is more of a round robin. This turnaround jumper inside, no rebound, tipped around. Second chance potentially, a travel, they got away with it. It comes out to the Patriots. 5:40 to go here in the third quarter. Inside, no rebound down to Huddleston. Now Huddleston has it knocked from him, fighting for it on the floor. We've got a stoppage and a timeout called to Homewood. And Coach McWilliams with just his hands crossed, not thrilled with how it's gone. Upperman had a great start at 7-0, and then since then a big run for Homewood as they have got a 24-23 lead. So out of the timeout, it'll be Homewood basketball here. They lead 24-23. Jeremiah Gary with 6 points. Charlie Sims with 8. That leads them. Came off the bench and started raining in a couple of threes. Live on the UCR Facebook page, YouTube channel, and Twitter feed right now. First ever stream we've tried on Twitter as well. 3 for 1. We'll keep adding as many as they let us. Try to stream everywhere. We may put it on Twitch next time. Why not? Inbounds play coming from the baseline. They send it over. That one knocked out of play. Inbounds coming from the baseline. They get it in. Kick out. Now that one went right off the knee of the shooter, but still found a Patriot. Now Torrance takes it away from him. Jack Torrance with some active hands, and Upperman will look to regain the lead on this possession. Left side it goes. Working with a bunch of a player right on his back, and finally they get the call. It was Carson, not sure what he could be arguing about. He was hugging Jack Torrance. I actually do get it because they've let him get away with, both teams get away with a lot in this game. Then they start calling random things, but still, that's a foul. It's Chaffin. Gives off to Cobb. Cobb off a ball screen, kicks back to Chaffin. Chaffin gives off to Torrance. Torrance. Now here comes the trap. Roberts comes out to assist. Now Roberts sends it into Chaffin. Chaffin, turn around, fires it into the low block Huddleston. Huddleston wisely resets. Pass back across to Roberts. Nobody scored here in the second half. Torrance picks up dribble, finds Chaffin. Backdoor to Huddleston. Evan Huddleston for 2. And Upperman leads again at 25-24. 4.5 to go in the third quarter. Now on the other end, the Patriots looking for an answer. They did a nice job responding every time Upperman has scored over the last couple of quarters. Left side, in rhythm, 4-3. It's online, and it is good. Dropped in by Jeremiah Gary, his third of the game. He's had one in every quarter so far, and back to a 2-point lead for the Patriots. Roberts working off a screen. We've got a whistle and a foul for a push called, I believe, on Gary. Not sure what the whistle was for, but that's what they call. Turnbow checks back in for Torrance. Sims back in. Shooter onto the floor alongside Stevens. Huddleston going to inbound from in front of his coaches. 5 on the floor. Cobb, Roberts, Turnbow, Chaffin, and Huddleston. Roberts bounces it over to Turnbow. Turnbow finds Huddleston. Huddleston gives inside. Now to Huddleston again. Huddleston throws it up with the right hand. No. Rebound tipped. Can they save it in? Yes, but Turnbow throws it out of bounds, and possession goes back to Homewood. They lead 27-25 with 3:36 to go. Inbound coming from the Patriots here. Upperman showing another zone look. Sims over left side. Now they flip it back to the top of the key. Around to Sims. He's got size and can shoot it, but that one in and out no good, and a foul as Bush tried to clear out. Klein went up in the air for the rebound, so the inbound will come from the baseline. Upperman at 6-2, losses to Brentwood and Siegel. 2 good 4A teams. Inbounds, thrown away. Possession back to Upperman. Good defense there by the Bees, not allowing an easy pass. Clayton Harris back to the table. He's checking in. He's coming in for Bronston Chaffin, so big for big. 6'3" in for 6'4". And Ty Cobb hadn't touched the basketball a whole lot this afternoon. That may change in the next quarter and a half or so. Cobb gives it over to Bush. Bush over to Harris. Harris, a little shoulder check. Cobb lost handle on it. Possession goes back to the Patriots. Upperman's turned the basketball over quite a bit. Now Vincent. Vincent gives over right side. Grabbed by Gary. Vincent with it. Vincent picks up back to Gary. He swings it to Stevens. Clapping for it. Cobb read it, and he's able to save it inbounds, but it goes right to Gary. Now Gary drives the lane, runs into Clayton Harris, and a foul is called. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Good sportsmanship as Roberts and Harris help him back up. Glance at the clock, which is behind me. Again, 2:38 to go in the third quarter of a 2-point game, 27-25. Jeremiah Gary at the line. First free throw is through. He's got 10 points now. First one into double figures for either team. And he goes 2 for 2 at the line. Largest lead of the game for Homewood. They're up by 4 as Turnbow works against Stevens. Turnbow resets that 5-second clock. Now Cam Bush has it. Bush gets it into Harris. Clayton Harris turns way too strong. Stevens with a rebound. Stevens, or Harris normally with a lot of touch in there. That time just got a little sped up by the defense. Now Stevens sends the pass over left side to Gary. Gary loses handle on it, and it goes the other way to the Bees. Harris, Roberts, Bush, Cobb, and Turnbow. 5 on the floor for Upperman. Cobb bringing it up. He's picked up by Vincent as he crosses the timeline. Cobb gives off now right side Turnbow. Turnbow, the point guard on the team last year. Roberts with it. Roberts picks up his dribble. Now left side Ty Cobb. In rhythm for 3. That one no good. Rims out. Stevens with it. And now Sims. Sims gives off to Vincent, and here they come in transition. Bounce pass inside Klein. Now they flip it over left side. Stevens gives back out to Sims. Sims steps in. Now has to pivot. That one nearly stolen. Instead, Stevens has it. Stevens kicks out to Vincent. Vincent with the extra pass. He finds Gary. Gary gives off to Stevens. Now in the corner, Vincent. Vincent drives baseline. Harris knocked it out of his hands, and a foul will be called I believe, on Cam Bush as they met in midair. Back to the scorer's table goes Evan Huddleston. He's been the most consistent B today. They need a spark. Flatline a little bit after a fast start and trail by 4 without the basketball. Vincent going to send it all the way back to Sims, who walks out near the midcourt line. Now Stevens. Stevens, flip pass across to Gary. Gary to Sims. That pass knocked up into the air. Able to grab Jeremiah Gary. Gary gives off right side. Daniel Vincent. Vincent back to Gary. Now they swing it over left wing side, Sims. Sims to Vincent, now quick passing to the baseline, shot thrown up, that's too strong, but an offensive rebound potentially it is. Upperman stood around and watched it, and now Harris called for a foul. 3 Bs in the area, and they stood there while they came flying in, and the Patriots get the hustle rebound, and that sends Bronston Chaffin to the line, looking for a rebounding boost. He comes in for Braden Roberts. 54 seconds to go in the quarter. Upperman has scored 2 points. The only good news for him is Homewood's only scored 5. The defense is controlling this one. Sims gives off to Jake Stevens. Stevens waits. Upperman content. Maybe they try to get this thing into the fourth quarter. Now Cobb steps up. Vincent has it. Vincent fires it over to Gary. Flip pass back across to Sims. 28 seconds to go in the quarter. Back out Vincent. And Coach McWilliams says back off. I think he wants to use the quarter break as a timeout. Vincent waits. 13 seconds. Now he dribbles. Left side Sims. Defense goes to work. Vincent going to drive right side into Chaffin. Bronston Chaffin says, no, sir. Out of play, it goes to Upperman with 1 second. 6'4", 200-pound quarterback Bronston Chaffin. He barely moved. Upperman with a chance for a last-second heave. Huddleston got to go somewhere. Gets it to Chaffin. Chaffin fires over to Bush. That will not count. Does not go. And brings us to the end of the third quarter. We got a good finish on tap here in this semifinal matchup of the KSA Events Classic. Upperman trails by 4 as we head to the final frame. This is Upperman basketball presented by Nick's Restaurant on the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
The experts at the South Willow Auto Clinic are your hometown auto doctors. Located at 640 South Willow Avenue in Cookeville, get your oil changed, tires rotated, and fluids filled. Need other repairs? Stop by for a same-day free diagnosis and estimate. South Willow Auto Clinic is a longtime supporter of student-athletes throughout the Upper Cumberland. South Willow Auto Clinic, proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
In the Upper Cumberland, we understand the importance of standing strong together as a community. When we face things like disease, sickness, or injury, we rely on family, church, or friends for help. But many of our neighbors are dealing with a health emergency without these essential blessings. That's where you can help. Donations stay local, and 100% goes to help your neighbors with medicine, medical care, and essential home needs. Please give what you can.
One quarter to go here in the KSA Events Classic. In the semifinal round as Upperman takes on Homewood out of Alabama. 2 good boys basketball teams going at it, and it's the Bees with a slow quarter as they trail 29-25. Just 2 points in that third quarter. The good news is for the Bees, Homewood only scored 5, but it was a basket by Evan Huddleston, and that's it. As they'll look to get it rolling. Again, not a lot of Ty Cobb touching the basketball yet in this one. Flip pass goes over right side. In rhythm for 3. That one in and out, no good. Rebound down. Huddleston with it. Upperman pushing it in transition. Huddleston wiggles. Good defense back by the Patriots, and Ty Cobb settles in with the basketball. Cobb gives off to Huddleston. Back to Cobb. Cobb finds Huddleston. Huddleston to Bush. Bush now sends it to Roberts. Roberts to Huddleston. Huddleston over to Roberts. Huddleston again. Evan Huddleston sends to Braden Roberts. Roberts off the dribble, drives, kicks over left side. Cobb. Cobb skies up to Roberts. He triggers the three. Good! Braden Roberts with a Sonia Brown with American Way Real Estate three. Upperman needed it. They got it. They're back in it in a one-point game, 29-28. Now Roberts nearly forces a steal, picking up Gary. Big possession here for the Patriots as they look to answer. Carson has it. Carson gives off to Stevens. Now left side. Binkley. Binkley left to Carson. Spinning in the baseline, shot thrown up. Good defense by Chaffin, knocked away, and it goes to Upperman with a chance to go take the lead on this possession. That was just the fifth point for Braden Roberts. Had two before the last possession, so two leading scorers with a combined 9 points for Upperman. Cobb and Roberts. Cobb sends a pass ahead. Bush goes up. Does he save it in? No. A good attempt by Cam Bush. Put on his football pads for a second and went up with one hand. A little too much mustard on the pass, and possession goes back to Homewood. Carson with it. Carson gives off to Gary. Now Carson back to Gary. Gary and Carson playing hot potato back and forth. Now they bounce it to Stevens. Stevens kicks into the corner. A little shot fake. Now they move it around the opposite way. Now into the low block. Chaffin took some contact, went down, no call either way. Driving inside, shot thrown up with the right hand, and getting the friendly roll is Latham Binkley. I'm okay with the no call down there on the Chaffin take. He went down a little bit easy that time. Certainly could have gone with a call, but content without it. Bush with the pass ahead. Deja vu, Chaffin to Bush. Now Cobb finds Bush inside, who floated to the easy area of the zone and puts it in. That's a senior, knowing where he needs to be on the floor, and a good feed from the freshman. And that's an easy two, and it's back to a one-point game. Now Stevens inside. In some trouble as the zone collapses. Kicks out to a wide-open Carson, who splashes home the three. Caleb Carson with his first triple of the game. And a timeout call. That's the problem when you go into a zone, especially like that, can lead to open threes. 34-30 is our score. We've got 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this fourth and final quarter. Full timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. When you see the happy face on our truck, Hiller! You'll be smiling cause you know that you're in luck. Hiller! When you're fixed up and you know it, Hiller solved it like you hoped it. If you're happy and you know it, shout it out. Hiller!
Get your lunch popcorn ready. 5:20 to go in the game. Upperman trails by 4, 34-30. Back and forth affair here between Homewood and the Bees. It'll be Upperman basketball out of that full timeout. Thanks for spending part of your Friday with us. We'll be back here tomorrow. Game times to be determined. There's the final day of this tournament, then we'll come back home. There's 3 games for you, 3 sets of games tonight, 3 doubleheaders. The main page, White County against Warren County, UCR 2, Cookeville against Oakland. On UCR 3, Pickett County against East Robertson. Meanwhile here, Evan Huddleston with it. He gives off to Braden Roberts. Roberts back off to Bronston. Chaffin. Chaffin orchestrating the half-court offense, picks up his dribble. Now he's in some trouble. Fires a pass that was tipped. Chaffin able to get it back. Now he's just going to drive inside. Chaffin, what a play for Bronston Chaffin. Just muscles his way inside, and the sophomore puts it in. Back to a 2-point game. Full court pressure now here for the Bees. Carson gets it ahead. Nicely done, calmly under pressure. He's got it again. Now sends the pass in. Stevens has it swiped by guess who? Bronston Chaffin. Now here's Ty Cobb running the floor, but it's nudged away from him by Binkley. Good transition defense, and we've got a foul here against Upperman. It goes on Chaffin with 4:29 to go. The Bees had a chance to go tie it on that possession. Instead, 34-32. It goes the other way to the Patriots. Binkley with it. He activates past Huddleston. Now bounces it over into the corner. 3-ball up. It was well contested, but it's splashed home by Jeremiah Gary. He's got 1 in every quarter, including the 4th now. and it's their largest lead of the game at 5, 37-32. Huddleston picks up his dribble, finds Turnbow. Turnbow drives and kicks to Cobb. Cobb skies up again, mid-range jumper, good. That's easy money for Ty Cobb, but just 6 points tonight for the young man who's averaging over 21. Turnbow picks up Stevens in the front court. Now they pass it across. Gary fakes it, now finds Binkley. He's wide open, but it doesn't fall, but another offensive rebound for Carson. They've had a lot of them today. Driving inside Vincent, he's in trouble, and that's a travel. Possession goes, or they call a jump. And possession still belongs to Upperman, and Bobby McWilliams wants timeout. He's got timeout. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take it with him. 3:39 to go in the ball game. Upperman trails by 3. This is Upperman basketball, presented by Nick's Restaurant, the Frontier Chevy UCR Media Network.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do.
Three-point game in Orlando, the semifinal round of the KSA Events Classic. Upperman trails Homewood 37-34, but they've got the basketball with 3:39, and they have certainly woken up here in the fourth quarter. After only scoring 2 points in the entire third, they've already scored 9 here in the first half of the fourth. The problem is Homewood's also scoring, and so the question will be, can Upperman get over the hump and get the lead back? Ty Cobb gives off to Branson Turnbow. Turnbow, flip pass over to Cobb again. Cobb looking at this zone, back to Turnbow. Turnbow over to Roberts, skies up to get it, and there's the foul. As Gary got up into the grill of Braden Roberts. Roberts gets it to Cobb. Cobb drives baseline. Ty Cobb in trouble, gets it out. 3-ball up for Turnbow. That's no good. A rebound down to Stevens. Stevens gets it to Vincent, and now they'll bring it up calmly. Klein. Or pardon me, that's Carson. I saw the 0 and didn't see the 1. Caleb Carson with it. Now they go left side, Gary. Gary gives off to Binkley. Binkley harassed defensively, nearly stolen away. Now it's punched by Chaffin, but a foul is called. Bronson's got to be careful. I believe that may be his 4th personal foul. Clayton Harris going to check into the game for him. So big for big again. 2 minutes, 50 seconds, 2:50 to go in the ball game. Upperman nearly got the steal they were looking for. The foul gives it back to the Patriots. Carson, as Cobb steps up, flips over to Binkley. Binkley, that's who they want to steal it from, and stepping in, we're going to have the jump ball, and the possession arrow belongs to the Patriots. Oh, they granted the timeout. Wow. Timeout granted to Homewood. That's interesting. Full timeout on the floor, so we'll take it with them. Maybe a lucky break for the Patriots. 2:35 to go in the three-point ball game. We'll be right back.
Want to be in your new home before Christmas? This new construction open split bedroom plan in the Honeybrook subdivision has 1,560 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and features all appliances, including a tankless water heater, natural gas heat, and central air. Best of all, the owner is offering a $10,000 credit at closing, which you can use for closing costs or a 2-1 mortgage rate buy down or a price reduction. For more information, call owner agent Sonia Brown, realtor at American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145 or 931-526-9581.
Welcome back. 2:35 to go in the ball game. Upperman trails by 3. Patriots with the basketball here in Orlando, the Game Point Center, close to Universal Studios. Inbounds pass, gone to Caleb Carson. Patriots with it as Carson bounces over right side. Now flip pass back to him. It was dangerous. Huddleston nearly got the steal. Instead, Gary with it. Gary back across to Carson. These are slow passes. Carson sends it to Binkley baseline. Binkley fires it across to Stevens. Shot fake, throws it up, gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Time stops with 2:13 to go in regulation. So Jake Stevens, he's scoreless today. He's at the line for 2 big ones. He makes them both at the 2-possession game, which of course is critical as we wipe up the sweat after the players hit the floor. So 2 shots upcoming here for Stevens. First one, good. Cool, calm, and collected for his first points today. Second one, in and out, no good. Binkley goes up and gets the rebound, though. Uses his size, and that's a big rebound in this game. Patriots with a chance, up 3 to kill the clock and maybe ice it. There's the foul as Roberts goes around Binkley. I don't think it's the bonus yet. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, it's just a normal inbounds pass. It's the 4th team foul. Patriots thought it was the 5th. It's not. So Upperman with 1 more to give. With 2:02 to go, they don't have to intentionally foul. They can just try to force a turnover as they bounce it back. Back and forth. Gary. Now Stevens has it. Stevens is Gary. Out to Carson. Carson, dangerous pass. Stevens has it, though, and skies up and puts it in for 2. Dangerous if it doesn't work. Beautiful if it does, and it did. Upperman knows they got to go. Cobb gives left side. Huddleston. Over to Roberts. Roberts bodied up, fires a pass, intercepted. Picked off, and here comes Binkley, and he lost it. Would have been the easiest layup of his life. Instead, Upperman gets a gasp here with 1:33 to go, trailing by 6. 40-34. Upperman falling apart a little bit at the seams here in the second half. Uncharacteristic turnovers, not all of them forced by the defense. Braden Roberts now left wing side, looking for Harris inside. He has it. He's fouled. No call. Wow. Got hit right on the arm and no foul called. That's as clear as it gets. Stevens gives back. Now driving. Sends it out left side. Back out to Carson. Carson goes back right side, and there's the foul. Roberts commits it. And Bobby McWilliams pointing to the spot. That's a big miss there in a 6-point game. No question about it, right in front of the official. But still would have been trailing. And it's a chance for Gary to make it an 8-point game with 1:05 on the clock. And Coach McWilliams, I think, is totally cool if he gets teed up. He's letting the official hear it as the first free throw is good. He's been pretty calm all game, but that one riles him up, understandably so. Next free throw, no good at a 7-point game. Upperman needs a 3 or a quick 2. Over to Roberts. He triggers an open 3. It's no good. Too strong. Rebound down. And now the frustration mounting. And Cam Bush going to get called for a personal. This will be a free throws upcoming here on the other end as they're in the bonus with 55.8 seconds to go. So who's going to the line? I think it's Daniel Vinson. And the official says all ball, which is definitely not what happened on that shot. And Coach McWilliams not happy at all. 30-second timeout on the floor. .8 seconds to go. Homewood leads 41-34. Again, Upperman was down by 6 at the time of the play in question. You understand the frustration from the coach, but certainly doesn't mean they would have won the basketball game if it gets called. Phyllis is watching for the Bees. Heather is as well. Arlene is watching. I mentioned John earlier. Make sure if you haven't already, please hit the like button on the stream. Those help us out a whole lot as we bring all these to you for absolutely free. If you're watching on YouTube and I missed your comment, apologies for that, but Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. 3 games across our Facebook pages later on tonight. 3 doubleheaders for you. White County against Van Buren County over on UCR 2. It's Cookeville and Oakland. And on UCR 3, Pickett County and East Robertson. Tomorrow night, Macon County against Livingston. And we will be here for as Upperman wraps up here in Orlando. First free throw for Vincent is no good. Rims out. Second one falls through for him. 3 points today for him. 42-34 the score. Cobb gives off left side. Huddleston. That ball kicked way out of there. Possession stays with Upperman. 48.8. Ultimately, Upperman just couldn't score enough against this defense. They only have 11 points in the second half. They play pretty good defense themselves, but offensively haven't gotten it done. Clayton Harris inside off the feed. He puts it in for 2. And here's the inbound. That one nearly swiped. Roberts will get called for the foul, and Carson's going to go the other way and shoot 2 with 36 seconds to go in the game. A 6-point game. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate that. Of course, it wouldn't happen without my lovely wife, Madison McKay, who's producing things for us today, running the scoreboard and making sure the camera's on the action. And somebody has fouled out of the game. Braden Roberts just had his 5th foul, so Bronston Chaffin going to check in for him. At the line, Caleb Carson going to shoot 2. He's got 5 points in the game. And the free throw misses, no good. Carson for the second. It is a 2-possession game with 36 seconds to go. It's a pretty important free throw, and he makes it. That gives him that breathing room of an extra possession. On the other end, that pass intercepted, and that will do it. Binkley ahead into the front court, muscles to Chaffin, puts the shot up, no rebound down. They've got it. Binkley gives it out to Carson. Upperman not fouling yet, down 7. And Coach McWilliams says, come on. Here comes the triple team. Stevens gets it over to Carson. They swing it over left side. Time ticking away here. 10 seconds to go. Carson with it. And the clock will expire. Final score, Homewood out of Alabama, 43. Upperman, 36. The Bees fall to 6-3 on the season in the loss. We welcome you to the Swallows Insurance postgame show. We'll have the scoring from the game here momentarily as I tally it up. So Upperman will fall into the 3rd place game of this tournament. Mentioned in the pregame, these are 2 good teams. Homewood with some size and speed and skill. And it was ultimately Homewood that comes away with the victory. Before we get into the Swallows Insurance postgame show, I do want to tell you about our friends that you hear from during every broadcast. Mentioned them in the pregame show, of course, as we always do, the Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate. And I'm telling you about them because it's Friday. Maybe you're sitting around thinking, I'm kind of interested in what may be on the market near us, and they've got a new listing out in Cross Point Drive in Cookeville. 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2.5 baths rather, just under 2,000 square feet. It was built in 2019, so if you like me, you like a newer build, perfect place for you. ChadandAmyCrouch.com. Make sure you check this place out. It's awesome. You can book a showing with them, and we appreciate them for being one of our all-inclusive sponsors. Scoring from the game is as follows. 8 points for Evan Huddleston leads the way for the Bees, 6 for Ty Cobb, 4 for Branson Turnbow, 4 for Cam Bush, 5 for Braden Roberts, 4 for Bronston Chaffin, 3 for Jack Torrance, 2 for Clayton Harris, for a team total of 36. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game for Upperman in this one, Evan Huddleston. The most consistent player on the floor in this game. He is the player of the game. We'll be back tomorrow with 2 games for you here in Orlando. Don't forget 3 doubleheaders tonight. The main page, it's White County traveling to Spencer to take on Van Buren County. On UCR 2, it is Oakland against Cookeville. And on UCR 3, it is Pickett County at East Robertson. We also have Macon County against Livingston on Saturday night. And we hope you'll join us next week, next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from Sparta for the Frank's Christmas Shootout, as we will be there for all the action featuring an Upper Cumberland team. and there are several playing in it. White County, of course, York Institute, DeKalb County, any others that feature Upper Cumberland teams, we will be there for it. Thank you so much for spending part of your Friday here with us in Orlando. Lady Bees got a victory earlier. The Bees fall in that one. I'm Noah McKay from Madison McKay on camera, and everybody at UCR. Have a great day, everybody.